So, what I want to do right now is talk about a little piece of this book, The True Flag by Stephen Kinzer. I did a quick video about him doing a book talk at the Watson Institute. It only took about 2 minutes and 37 seconds, but basically, it just talks about him doing the book talk. And you can actually watch his book talk, which is an hour and 21 minutes. Pretty entertaining. Things about history that you might not have ever realized. And when you're actually reading through the book, you'll come across some interesting things and some things that I've never even heard of. And first thing I do, and I read so fast that I just have to stop, and I go online and I try to research, if that's really true. Are there other sources that say the same thing? But what's also great about this book is he is very good at details. You get a bibliography. Like, you look at the sources, you can see where he got his sources from and all his notes. So it's very well researched. Um, these are kinds of books that I like, where I can actually see all the sources of where this person got the information and how he's presenting history. So, in one part of the book, early on, it talks about how Jennings Bryan is running. William Jennings Bryan, not Williams. Sorry. How he ran against William McKinley for the presidency. And I won't really go much into the details of William Jennings Bryan, but he was, and you'll see a lot of similarities over a century ago, what's going on today, which is pretty crazy. But of course, history repeats itself. That's why there's a saying, history repeats itself. And if you don't know history, you're going to repeat stuff. I know strategy, and strategies get repeated because history gets repeated. The reason why strategies get repeated because that strategy works, and no one's found a way to stop that strategy yet. Anyways, going on, William McKinley was the first American president that received large corporate donations, and so you'll read this in the book. So I went ahead and did a quick Google search, and you can see here that there's William McKinley campaigns and elections, Miller Center, and within here I went ahead and read a bunch about it, and of course it says here that there were a staggering $4 million for the campaign. So how did you raise $4 million? Well, you go ahead and type in a lot of names that you know and recognize today, right? William McKinley, Vanderbilt, Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan. Do those names sound familiar? Yeah, right. Okay. And you can see just the results here. Study, grownoblog.com, historyhalf.com, Wikipedia, the men who built America, History Channel spins President McKinley as bribe taker. 5 things you may not know about the men who built America. And there's people who ask, what president was bought by Rockefeller? Let's see what it says. William McKinley. Okay. And so, and there's probably documentaries on it too. I'd like to probably go through it. See, that's the problem with me reading nonfiction books. If I was reading fiction, I'd be done by now. But I take every little part of what's in here and I start researching it on my own. That way I get a bit more history, kind of a bigger picture of what was going on. That's the thing about when I'm actually reading history. I had to put my mind back in that time frame. It's kind of a time travel thing. And how people would be thinking, how people would be seeing the news, how people would be kind of working to survive, what types of jobs were out there, and just kind of the, what do you do when like there's a big depression, and there's country needs to do something. It's kind of how we're at now, right? We feel like there's a big divide. There's going to be another recession coming. So, how are we going to solve that? Are we going to, just keep fighting more wars, get more money that way, and have a bigger divide? We can't. It's not sustainable. It was something that we've been doing for over a century, and it really hasn't solved anything. We've just been stagnant. We've been a stagnated nation for almost over a century. We've done some good things, we've done a lot of bad things, but we haven't really grown except in imperialistic ways. And that's something I really don't want to get to, but all I want to do was just present this information. I thought it was interesting. I want to do more research into it. It might be something that I do another video segment about. But if you're interested and look into these things or have knowledge about it already, go ahead and leave a comment, and we could discuss a lot more things. All right, thanks.